Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, another week goes by. That means it's time for another King of Fighters 15 trailer, and this time we're talking about Yuri Sakazaki. So naturally, we will break down the trailer, but first, let's talk about who is Yuri, because Yuri has a pretty storied history in the King of Fighters and also the Art of Fighting games, and she's a bit of a rival, I guess you will, to another character that's not in this game, and that would be one Dan Hibiki. So if you're not aware, Dan Hibiki, on top of being, a big silly guy himself, is pretty much a direct stab at SNK from Capcom, specifically ragging a lot of the Art of Fighting characters. And for Yuri, those Art of Fighting characters are her family. So SNK kind of struck back, and Yuri herself makes fun of a lot of Street Fighter characters. Yuri's moveset changes from game to game a bit, but she's taken moves from Ryu and Ken, from Sakura, from Chun-Li, even from Akuma. So as far as Yuri's concerned, turnabout is fair play. But that's the meta version of Yuri, right? What about the actual storyline? Well, storyline-wise, Yuri, she is the daughter of Takuma, the sister of Ryo. Characters very core to the Art of Fighting franchise and also King of Fighters, and if you're not aware, Takuma goes by another name, and that is Mr. Karate. In the King of Fighters series specifically, Yuri's deal is usually she's trying to get out from underneath the shadow of her family and wants to strike it out on her own, usually trying to sign up for the women's team, and usually failing, although there is some years where she is with the women's team. She's usually with the Art of Fighting team, which is herself, her brother Ryo, and Robert Garcia. In terms of the overall plot, she's not really a mover and a shaker, honestly. She's just there to, fight, get better, and she's generally like a happy-go-lucky kind of person. Now, the one thing about her that's never really fully explored, and it's kind of more on the meta-narrative of her stealing moves from Street Fighter characters, is that she could be a mover and shaker if she really put her mind to it. You see, Yuri is a lot like Taskmaster in Marvel Comics in that anything she sees, she can immediately do. It does not matter how simple or hard it can be. It could be just a style of kick. It could be Akuma's Raging Demon or a move that took 100 years to perfect. If she sees it once, she can do it. That's all there is to it. In the King of Fighters 14 comic book, like one example shown is she can immediately copy Shune's verse magic abilities, which is core to the overall plot, right? And she shouldn't be able to do it, but she can see it, so she can do it. However, the failing is this. Yuri is the kind of person where if it doesn't work once right away, she'll immediately discard it as useless. So even though she's like one-of-a-kind talent that can just do anything she sees, if it doesn't produce immediate results, she'll just forget it and go back to what she's always doing. And just because she can copy a move doesn't mean she's fully mastered the technique behind it, right? So she'll usually pick something up and just immediately discard it, because she's basically a dummy in the end, right? That's the kind of character she is. Very happy-go-lucky, silly. She'll attack you with her butt, that kind of stuff. So the highest level techniques, they don't work for her. They go back to silly old Yuri. And how does Yuri play? Well, once again, it changes game to game, but stuff like that, Kouken, this is the kind of move that Dan makes fun of, because in Art of Fighting, fireballs aren't quite your normal fireball, so no, it doesn't quite go the full screen. Saiha is another one of her classic moves, kind of just making an energy shield. She does have a command grab, which is just slapping the crap out of you, and there is a version where she runs with it, so think of it like a Zangief running bear grab in a way. Like many of the Art of Fighting characters, she does have an uppercut, and they'll make a lot of use of the uppercut. In recent versions of the game, she has what we basically would call Akuma's Demon Flip. So you flip, and there's multiple options. You can dive kick, you can do a strike, there's an air-to-air grab, and on that grab you can just basically dunk them on their head, as you can see there. Depending on the version of the game, her Kouken, she can hold it to get the big old Art of Fighting style fireball instead. Once again, a lot of what she is changes game to game. Usually has her kick super, which will return in 15. And sometimes moves exist basically only to make fun of Capcom for one game, like the Shin Shoryuken. Now onto the trailer itself. First up, we open with the Pow Pow Cafe. So this stage has had a lot of permutations over the course of the franchise's history. There's been many revisions of it. One of them you just saw a moment ago with the KOF 13 footage I spliced in. But yeah, so classic stage, always evolving. As for Yuri herself, looking great, fantastic. It's basically the KOF 14 model, but very cleaned up, and the lighting adds so much more life to it. And just her general animation is great. This definitely is Yuri. Yuri just kind of lovable dummy, right? So she just has the peace sign up. Yay, yay, we're happy. That is Yuri in a nutshell. And also, hey, for fans of Yuri, she does have her ponytail back as it was MIA in KOF 14. Now, as the trailer begins, we get the shot here and a quick look at the beginning of her level 3, but we don't get the full thing. And then just a barrage of normals as these trailers tend to do. Opening with a stand light punch and then a close heavy kick, and her dive kick, she can dive kick whenever she wants, any angle, doesn't matter. Crouching heavy punch. And then from here, forward light punch. That is their flying butt attack. Definitely a very silly kind of move, surely, right? But that is the kind of character Yuri is in the end. Kind of person just to jump at you with her butt. From there, we see her back throw, and then we got this. This is very interesting. So this is an older move she had in older games that she kind of lost in KOF 14, and it is returning. This is her command normal of down, forward, and light kick. Not too much more to it than what you're seeing here, but it is always better to have more command normals in KOF games. They're very important. So hey, welcome back. And we got the win pose. This is one of the kings of all win poses in fighting games. This was originally her King of Fighters 98 win pose, and just, I don't know, it's just really good. I always really liked it. Here we get a glimpse of her air-to-air throw from her demon flip. After that, we're getting a look at her dive kick. Her dive kick, depending on the game, can be really, really good. So we'll see what kind of terror it is this time around. Now into a bit of a EX showcase, I guess you will, showing off a lot of EX moves. So EX uppercut is 2 reps. So it has a lot of corner carry, and yeah, full invincible, all the kind of stuff you expect. We have EX Kouken, and it's basically, depending on the game, sometimes goes further, sometimes not, and launches and knocks down. And EX Saiha, which in this game seems to be a juggle starter, potentially. We have EX Slaps. Now, usually Slaps, how it works is the regular versions of the moves are true grabs, but the EX version is actually a hit grab, meaning it can be blocked, but it does more damage, so you're more incentivized to use that in combos, and the regular versions as proper command grabs. Next up, just a little bit of a cinematic here, and then we get into the supers. So this is her kick super, returning, and we also get the big old Art of Fighting style fireball, she'll always have that, and the giant Saiha, which is so strong it just blows her back. And as usual with the trailers, a little mini combo, so jump heavy punch, close heavy kick into EX Shoryu. Here we see crouching heavy punch into EX Saiha, juggling, then EX demon flip into the air-to-air throw option. Next mini combo, crouch heavy punch, Kouken, and then super cancelled into the level 1 kick super. Our final combo here, crouch heavy punch, EX Saiha juggles, and then going into the level 2 Hao Shokoken. And at the very end here, well, we get the big punch. That's potentially the end of her level 3, but they're kind of hiding it. So will there be changes? Hey, we don't know. All we know is, hey, shatter all expectations, right? So that is the Yuri trailer as it is. So there's not a lot like earth-shaking with this. And once again, a lot of these trailers, it simply can't be, right? There's going to be so many characters. I'm assuming a minimum of 50 characters at launch, if not more. So we can't have a game changer with every single trailer, but still pretty interesting. Honestly, they still won me over with the rollback netcode announcement, so I'm okay with some of the trailers, you know, not completely changing up the formula. That said, kinda scattershot the last few characters being announced, so who is next? Some people are speculating it is Terry Bogard, but hey, I guess we'll find out next week, and of course I'll be here next week to break it all down for you, as well as give you a little bit of lore heads up about the character. That all said, my friends, that is the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and hey, you know what? While we're at it, go out and play some King of Fighters.